Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from FitSystemTraining.com and Fitness Marketing Made Simple. And today just a very quick answer to a question by James Blackburn, who asked, how do I stay motivated and inspired with all the different things I do and kind of however long I've been doing it? And yeah, I mean, it's a really good question. I think in an industry like the fitness profession, where we've got, essentially every day we have to get up and essentially hook our energy into our clients to actually give them energy. It's very possible and very likely, very probable that most fitness professionals at some time or another are going to feel completely demotivated and completely uninspired. So how do I do it? Well, to tell the truth, I don't spend a lot of my time worrying about motivation anymore. I used to, and I suddenly had this realization that motivation really was just like this kind of jumper cable analogy that I've used at some of the talks, if you've ever been there, right? And it's just like this. You want to give your clients some motivation, so you come along, you've got your battery pack on, you pull out your jumper cables, plug it into them, and they go from being really tired, really depressed, really weak to kind of suddenly being uplifted, right? So you give them your energy, and then as the session ends, you go, okay, I've got to take my jumper cables back now. You take them off, and you put them back in your pocket, and the client progressively goes, and their energy runs out. Okay, this is very, very common. This is what happens to pretty much every client. They say, "Oh, you're such a great motivator, but it's so hard to do it when I'm around you, or when I'm not around you." So look, here's my view on this. If they can't stay that way when you've left, you've not really done them much good. You've just kind of lent them a power cell and given them a bit of energy for that particular period of time, and then you've left, right? Not only that, you've run your battery down in the process. So motivation isn't particularly powerful. It isn't a particularly good way for most of us to go through life. And it's not really that much of a wonder then that most fitness professionals end up burnt out, knackered, tired, right? Because you've been plugging your battery into people for years, probably multiple times per day. What's far more powerful is inspiration. And so how do I stay inspired? I stay inspired by never, ever, ever allowing a day to go by without kind of reminding myself what it is that I'm doing this for. I'm not doing it for money. Okay, I love the money, but I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it because as Steve Jobs said, I want to make a dent in the universe. Okay, so during my lifetime, I have these grand visions of changing the way that fitness is done, changing the way that health is done, changing the way that people see their health and their potential as they go through life. So that by the time I kind of clock out of this life of mine, I know that the world was a very different place because I was here. Okay, that's my inspiration. So if I put it down, my purpose to have a major definite impact on the lives of every single person I come into contact with by helping them realize the greatest version of the grandest vision they hold of who they could be. Okay, it's very specific, right? But I never let a day go by without reminding myself of that. Now, there are days when my energy can be low, and there are days even when my motivation can be low. I'm like, okay, I'm really knackered. I'm really kind of burnt out today. I don't want to do a ton of work today, but I never lack the inspiration. Okay, in other words, there's never a day where I need to look to somebody else to pull me up and say, hey, kind of, it'd be a really good idea if you got back to work, or if you did, if you created something to help people. In fact, my big problem most days, my biggest source of burnout is that I'm so inspired by most of the things that I do, that I just create content almost all day, every day. I'm writing something, I'm producing something, I'm creating a video. Like these kind of fitness business questions right now. I have, it's a Sunday, I'm sitting around, my family are out, my wife's at yoga, my kids are up in the bedroom somewhere. Okay, and all I can think of is, let me go into the group and have a look and see who I can help today, because I'm inspired. It doesn't require motivation. So James, or anybody else listening to this, ask yourself, if you're looking for something to stick the jumper cable on you, to keep you moving, to get you up, to get you taking action, you're probably not living in accordance with your passion and your purpose. You're probably not following things that are going to really bring a lot of joy to your life. You might be, I'm not saying you are, but you might be chasing the money, you might be more concerned with how you pay the bills and all the rest of it, and that is all completely natural. I completely get that. But the main point to ask yourself is, am I doing what I absolutely love? And the truth is, for most people, the answer would be no, which is why you need so much motivation behind you. If you're truly inspired, it means that you're waking up daily doing the work you love. Now, there might be parts of it you don't love. I don't like sitting in pissing about with Facebook ads and doing a whole bunch of other stuff like that. I don't enjoy that side of things, right? But I enjoy the reason why I'm doing it. I enjoy the fact that, okay, by getting better at the Facebook ads, I can I can connect with more people, which means I can help more people define, refine, and align with the greatest version of the grandest vision of who they could be as they go through life. In other words, I can become inspired again. Okay, so I hope that's a kind of a useful answer to a very interesting question. I think it's a very common one that will come up for a lot of trainers. And it always comes back to this kind of semi-soft, right? It's a soft kind of idea, which is do the work you love. If you do the work you love, by definition, you're inspired. Okay, the word inspired itself means the drawing in of the spirit. Okay, taking in. You know, you don't have to be religious to kind of believe in this. It's the taking in of the energy of life, if you will, right? It kind of, it's finding the stuff out there that really gets your juices bubbling and gets you uplifted and makes you feel like your life makes a difference. There's the big thing, right? If you're seeking motivation, you're probably wondering, you're guessing about whether what you're about to do makes a difference. Okay? If you are inspired, you no longer question it. You know for a fact that what you do makes a difference. Okay? Seek the things that you know will make a difference, as opposed to spending most of your time in the things that you kind of, sort of, maybe hope will. Okay? So I hope that's useful. It's been me, Dax Moy, from Fitness Marketing Made Simple. Ask me more questions. Keep firing them away, and I will gladly answer. You take care.